we had the our little intro.
Oh, I know.
Remember our little intro music? It says coming. Is it live? Are we live? All right, we'll give that a second to refresh here. Welcome to Founder Chat 40.
Yeah, boy. 4-0.
4-0. We're gonna have to figure out a way to resurrect that photo or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's good to be in the studio today with Peach as a guest, shedding and peeing everywhere.
Yeah, doing her thing.
Yeah, but we love Peach. All right, let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Dude, what the hell is up with that robot from Boston Dynamics?
They didn't need to do that.
I saw somebody post like, tell me you do yoga without telling me you do yoga.
Dude, why did they have it like
the weirdest thing?
Why
man.
did they have it like resurrect itself from like straight Terminator style?
Dude, it's like,
I don't need.
What's the best way to showcase how we can scare the crap out of people into, doing this stuff? Like, you want people to adopt these things? I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
It just like
it looks. Yeah, dude, this looks like the
hit
intro
play
to
Nate.
Terminator 4. Dun 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 dun.
And the legs go like back, right?
Yeah, watch.
Hey.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
not friendly.
No, man.
And then it walks backwards, and then like, that's
the
the most frightening thing I've ever seen.
You know what that little screen is for too. The little, they're gonna put a face in there.
Yeah,
too,
they're gonna put a little face on there, right?
That's insane. Hey, there's the Boston Dynamics minimum viable person MVP.
Dude,
crazy.
That's crazy.
And then I tweeted the video as well, and I put that diagram, the F around.
Yes,
out.
Yes, dude, we're there.
Right, we're there, man. These are weird times, man.
Totally.
So you're telling me that this thing is going to be able to move better than a human in some sense, right? Like you knock it over, it's just going to be able to like get up, carry things, do things, but then also have the intelligence of a superhuman with AI, right?
Yeah.
So you're combining those two things.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? Like,
I don't
what?
even know.
Like, I guess I could kind of see there's going to be a day where everyone's going to have one of these things in their house, but I don't know why that. Like, why would you design such a?
Well, so the big announcement, I think,
looking.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, the thing that makes that one different than all the other Boston Robotics is that it's using electric motors instead of hydraulics. So the ones previously used some sort of hydraulic.
The ones that look like they have the backpacks and stuff.
Yeah. So these are all electric motors. So I guess that's sort of like the next iteration. The thing that I don't understand about Boston Dynamics in particular is that they were sold to Hyundai. They were acquired by Hyundai like 3 years ago. And I don't understand that because we talk about like trade secrets and all this kind of stuff. I mean, granted, it's South Korea. They're an ally of ours. But the fact that we let that one just, you can have Boston Dynamics. It's really odd.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
I don't know how that sort of got through the.
So is this this bot then going to be like a Hyundai bot?
That's probably how. Yeah,
right.
Like Hyundai would just sell it. Imagine
like go to the Hyundai dealership.
And, like you want a car, you want a robot.
We're gonna throw in an assistant.
Yeah.
Or you just go and buy a robot.
Yeah. I assume,
finance it for 7 years.
Yeah, or lease it.
Or lease it.
Lease your robot
for $100 a month.
Yeah.
Trade it in or keep it after 2 years.
Yes.
Right?
Trade it in or
What do you do if it's behaving badly?
Just take it back to the shop and I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. It's gonna get weird.
Gets recalled.
See, for me though, when these things recall. Total Recall. For me, these things, I want somebody to. I'm okay with the concept, but make these things out of plastic
Yes.
or make them more, I don't know, like friendly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a robot that could choke me out,
Yes. Well,
if that makes sense.
well, and I guess Tesla's Optimus
Uh-huh.
robot, they said that initially that it would be constrained in how strong it could become.
Yeah, but are those constrained software?
Probably.
See, I still don't trust that,
Yeah.
because then the AI is just gonna say, well, I'm gonna override this, like, F you,
Or someone could override
or
it
someone,
and not know
bad
it.
actors
Right,
can
yeah.
do something with it. I want the actual thing itself to be like a human could drop kick it and
Right.
be
Or there's a
done.
big like stop button right here.
Yeah,
You know, and
exactly.
it's like boom, it just
Yeah, kills
know,
power source. or
yeah,
something.
like easy off.
yeah. I
you
do
know?
not consent.
Yeah. Exactly.
Something like that for sure.
Shut it down.
Yeah. Anyways, things are getting weird.
Yeah.
And speaking of AI, there's announcements over the last several months. One being the Humane pin, these wearables, right?
Yes.
And then the Rabbit was
Yes.
announced as well. That was supposed to start shipping, I think, Easter, and I think maybe it got delayed.
Yeah.
But the big news this week was the Humane AI pin that people started getting their hands on,
Yeah.
and the reviews were just atrocious.
Yeah.
And MKBHD Marquise
Yes.
put out a video this week, and I think the title of the video, we'll pull it up, was like, there he is, man, waiting to review the Rabbit. But his video was worst product ever reviewed.
Wow.
He's been doing this for 15 years,
Yeah.
since he was like 12 years old or
Yeah.
something, right?
In his garage almost.
his garage,
Yeah. Straight up.
And the reviews were, I mean, he went viral, not just because it was harsh, but because it brought up the question of how much responsibility does someone with such a big following that's known for tech bear on crushing a whole startup, you know?
Right.
And,
right.
and it's like, you know,
right.
that's his job, one.
Yeah. He's a journalist. So it's not really his
in some
problem.
sense, right? But two, it's like, it's pretty bad if you watch his review.
Yeah.
And he's pretty honest. He'd really stress test the thing.
I'm sure he
And
does.
just some of the basics didn't work. Here's the Rabbit right here,
yeah. This one's
which
next.
looks a little bit cooler. And I don't think this one's not really a wearable. I think it's more of like a pocket assistant, right? You
Yeah.
just bust out and do things. But anyways, the memes, man, came for this one too, because they're like, oh,
This one's next.
this one's next, right?
Yeah.
But who knows? Granted, these are Gen 1, you know,
Yeah.
first generation products. But I
Yeah.
think the problem with Humane is, and you got to give it to them for going for it, but I think they try to do too much in the
Oh.
first version.
Well, and it's so hyped. These guys have
That
been in
too.
stealth mode
That
for years.
And the way they did it, they came out and did it in real like Apple-esque
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like the
I'm the
Johnny Ive
founder, and
type
here's the
video
thing.
and beautiful design and all this, and,
Mhm.
which is fine. And what I like about Rabbit is it's freaking orange for one.
Yeah,
It's just less
pretentious.
assuming or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, hey, there it is. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a,
But it feels more
cool
like a toy,
assistant.
right?
Yeah.
Like Humane sort of was like, I mean, even the name, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh god, it's so pretentious.
Yeah.
You know, it's like essentially it's a watch that you wear on your clothing.
Yeah.
you know, on your chest. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah. People were complaining of the funniest stuff, a nipple rub and like chafing. and,
Yeah, and they say it gets hot. The back of it gets
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't get it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to be the skeptic and sort of be a
Yeah.
critic.
And they pull up on YouTube worst review or MKBHD.
Yeah.
Just pop it up real quick.
Yeah. Put it up there. And yeah, and
And then you see him playing with the
oh, the screen-
hologram,
Yeah.
which I mean, that's what I mean. You got to give it to them for going for it. That's
Yeah.
a really, really slick way and unique way to have, to interface with this thing. But it's quirky and not working well.
No.
But the first gen, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, dude.
But it's like, is that
my
really what,
my Apple Watch?
yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Is that you're gonna be doing this?
Yeah,
like,
no,
the whole time.
But think about it. I've had Siri on here. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's essentially Siri without a screen. You know, and
yeah.
has
What
like
does
a
it say?
camera.
Worst product I've ever reviewed.
Oh,
now. I mean,
yeah.
that's
And look,
pretty-
pull up The Verge too. The Verge had a whole article on it as well in the video. So it's not like he's just out for it. There's other reviewers and
yeah.
journalists that are also getting their hands on it. And they're being really brutally honest about it.
Yeah, I think probably like what you said, overhyped.
Yeah, I think that one especially. I mean, these guys were in stealth mode for like 5 years or something.
Yeah.
And they're ex-Apple people, and there was just so much hype about the new way of experiencing technology. It was just like, oh man, So I think everyone's sort of like, okay. But there's also what's also interesting though too is they raised, I don't know how many hundreds of millions in venture capital on top of it all. And it reminds me of, if you remember Magic Leap, the augmented glasses.
Yes.
Same thing, right? It was like $1 billion. Yeah, he made, yeah. So he's like, I think this guy, this review right here, one of them talked about, just basically said, don't buy it. Like straight up was like, do not buy.
Yeah.
And
that's the other thing, right? Look at the damn price.
Yeah, it's like
$6.99 starting.
Yeah, and then $24 a month,
and then subscription.
Yeah,
and and even the basics like interacting, it is still going to the cloud.
Yeah,
and so the basics are on the hardware itself, like the time or whatever, which your watch can do, right, or your phone. But then asking it information, it would take too long.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, what's the point of this? It's just taking too long. It's going to the cloud, thinking, and then spitting it back, when you could have probably asked Siri for the same thing.
Yeah.
And had it faster.
Yeah.
Right. So then it's like, what does this thing actually do?
Yeah.
The one thing it did do pretty well, is read the environment through the camera. And so he asked it, like, what do you see? And he was facing like we are here. There's lights, there's a camera, there's a screen,
so it could point things out,
and it was reading things pretty accurately.
Yeah.
But who cares? Like, I guess I don't know what the use case for that is yet. I'm sure at some point, something useful will come out of that. But for now, no. I'm sure, dude, a year from now, 2 years from now, we'll be, talking about something else that's like this big, or inside of, the new Ray-Bans, the Facebook Meta Ray-Bans that have AI built into them.
That's right.
That's just going to be invisible.
Yeah.
I think that's really where it's going. It's either going to your phone, which you already use every day,
right,
or like your watch,
right,
or invisible, completely invisible.
But I think it's also turning, you and I have been talking about sort of building dumb machines.
Yeah.
And I think that AI is actually sort of making that happen faster, which is get the compute off the device.
Yes.
Right? Get it into the cloud. And so these machines just become internet devices, They don't have to be smart on their own.
Yeah.
And so, but they can be smart, right? By virtue of the AI. So it'd be interesting to see how this all takes shape.
Yeah. Any new developments in the music world other than Suno, which
so there's a new there's a competitor now.
Yeah.
Udio, especially, it's essentially it's audio without the A, so UDIO. And there's sort of this battle now between Suno and Udio about, so Udio actually has better vocals and the quality of the sound coming out is better. It's like solid stereo 2-channel audio coming out. But you're limited to 30 seconds, and extending songs is kind of a pain, apparently.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say whether or not like you have copyright to those songs and stuff like that. So people are sort of like, maybe it's not ready.
Yeah.
But Suno's getting tons of traffic. I mean, their servers were down. Was it last week?
Yeah.
Because they just were like, they were slammed with so much traffic.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it's going to go. I created a banger last night. I'll let you hear it.
Man.
I'm working on my debut album.
Yeah. Hey, Nate, go to my X profile, and I put a Dune.
The Dune musical.
The Dune musical.
Dune the musical.
We can
we'll lead you out with that one.
We're gonna lead you out with that. We're gonna be at Llama Lounge 10.
Yeah.
Next week in Palo Alto. Thursday the 25th. And so there's gonna be probably 10 or 20, I don't remember exactly, startups presenting, and it's the 10th one. It's probably going to be the biggest one. You'll be coming on that one.
Yeah.
So check out our feeds for that. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. A lot of VCs are going to be there. And I think it's focused on what is it, enterprise, maybe AI, something like that. There's a theme.
Okay.
And so definitely we're going to keep an eye out for stuff that's happening there, but lots of stuff's happening at Sitebox. We'll probably do another like long form box lunch soon, where we can break down what's happened this last quarter, past quarter, which is, it's been a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff that we haven't updated folks on. Some of it is AI, has AI stuff in it, and we just came on as advisors this week actually for promising startup too. We'd like to tell you guys about. So take us out, Nate.
Yeah.
I think the audio actually works too on that browser. And if it doesn't work, we'll put a link to it. But the Suno, or not the Suno, the Udio, somebody created the Dune the musical. The musical on there.
It's incredible, honestly. Like,
can't find it. That's all right.
If I was a producer,
go Google or go to X and search.
Just look up Dune the musical.
Dune musical. I think I had put I had retweeted or something. I put Lisan Al Gaib. Shoot. Which,
so
dude,
so good.
Have you gone back to see Dune 2?
No, I want to.
I haven't either. I wanted to do it in the 4DX or whatever.
You're telling me.
But the only showings are 9 p.m. And I'm old, man. Like,
dude, that's
like,
a late.
that's brutal.
You're gonna get out of there at like 1.
But totally unrelated to any other stuff. We watched Interstellar last night in theater. A lot of Christopher Nolan films are playing at Regal for $5 over the next few weeks. So next week is Inception, and then I think it's they did Dark Knight last week.
Yeah.
And then Interstellar last night. And I tell you, man, I never saw it in theater.
I don't think I did either.
Oh my, dude, that's the way to watch Interstellar in the big screen. Man, it's just incredible. Anyways, big Christopher Nolan fans.
Yeah.
Anyways, did we find it? No.
Oh, you got something.
It. Yeah.
There it is. There's the sandworm. All right. Hit
it.
So cheesy, but I love it.
We can't hear the playback, but they can hear it. Udio is Gen AI music, making waves. Here's Dune, the Broadway musical. So stupid.
So bad.
Anyways, all right, folks, we're out of here. Go play with some AI tools this week.
4-0.
Later.